Car work is truly the foundation skill for any reactivity work. It can be done in your car, although outside of the class setting, it can also be done equally well and as importantly in the crate, coming out of the front door, back door, side door, through a baby gate. Anytime the dog is coming from a smaller, more confined, or less distracting area to a larger or more distracting area. The premise of this exercise is to teach the dog impulse control and focus when coming out. The dog needs a wait or stay cue to begin. Open the door, tell the dog to wait or stay, and when you are ready, back away a bit, release the dog, and as the dog is crossing the threshold, call his name one time in a happy, relaxed tone, and count to 10. If the dog looks at you within 10 seconds, click and treat. If the dog either does not look at you or reacts to something in his environment, he goes back into the car with as little interaction as possible. Wait a short time until the dog is calm and try again. If he does come out and look at you within 10 seconds and you can click and treat him, ask him to do 2 or 3 more things and give him 10 seconds after each cue to do what you've asked. Do not repeat your cue. If you think about it and try it yourself, 10 seconds is a long time to look around. We don't want our dogs to not look around at things. That's normal behavior. But we are asking our dogs to contain themselves, think about what they're doing, and choose to work with you. This is a decision tree for the dog. If he works with you, good things happen. If he doesn't work with you, he goes back to the car and not much happens. Nothing bad happens, but nothing good happens. Over time, the number of things you ask your dog to do increases, and the distance you go from your car increases, so the duration also, by definition, increases, and this starts to generalize to what looks like a real walk. Don't be fooled. Dogs can count. You'd be surprised at how many dogs look at their owners on second number 9.5. Over time, the amount of time given to the dogs to focus on their owners diminishes to 5 seconds, which is, I believe, an appropriate amount of time to check out the world and check in. An extension of a calming curves exercise, calming curves with a call front. What we're going to be asking the dogs to do in this case is approach another dog, turn your back on the dog, stop, and sit facing your owner. That adds a lot of pressure on the dog to trust the owner, trust that nothing bad is going to happen. The whole idea behind the exercise is not that the dog doesn't turn around, but that the dog is comfortable enough in whatever the proximity is to another dog to be able to turn away from it. Once you do your call front, you reward your dog, click, treat, for staying there maybe 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, and then you turn and you walk away back to your original spot. If your dog is having a hard time with it and you walk up to the other dog and then you back up and you do your call front and the dog can't handle it, you can call your dog and back up another 3 or 4 or 5 steps and keep going until you find that threshold where the dog is able to sit. And that gives you an idea of what the dog's emotional state is, where his threshold is, what he can tolerate.